What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you missed my last video, please watch it. I talk about why I hate incentives, but I'm also going to touch on some of that at the end of the video today. Some pictures that I meant to add on that video, and I'm going to add them onto this one. So if you guys want to do all this over here, subscribe, donations, all that stuff, if you want to do that, I appreciate it. Guys, a bunch of topics I'm going over today, just stuff that I think that people need to pay more attention to. All right, so the first one I'm going to look at is this one right here. Pay attention to when people post pictures like this, because this is perfect. Exactly how I preach on my channel. You ready for this? What do I preach? One case facing in, two cases facing back, skinny middle, high corner, low inside. All the stuff that I preach on this channel is on this palette. Look at this, guys. One big case facing in. Nice big cases on the corner facing in, facing in. Look at this. Two cases same, facing back. Two cases the same, facing back. One case facing in. Two cases similar, facing back. Two cases similar, facing back. Two cases similar, facing back. One in, one in, one in. All right, that is one thing. High corner, low inside. All right, we're always keeping that high corner, low inside. It gets your cases to see that Splenda slightly coming in. It's not going to slightly come out where we could drop our pallets. Remember, guys, this is our focal point right here. We want cases leaning towards this focal point. We do not want them leaning out. And you get that by high corners and low inside. And you want these big cases. Remember, guys, this is a form of tying in right here. All right, we're taking weight away from the corner and we're bringing it into this gap. And look, we continue to do so. We come in here. Then look at this. You stack your middle column and you wait patiently until you have time to tie it in. And we did it right here. That's all it takes. Is that little bit of that cocoa, because now we got a case on top of that that's putting more weight in there. Guys, when you select these Chick-fil-A's or whatever this sauce is, be careful with these. I tell you about the Knorrs, and they fall apart when you touch them. So do these. These things pop apart so easy. So when you're handling these, handle them with two hands so they don't fall apart on you, and then you kick them all over the place. But man, what a great looking palette. Now, I'm sure this person, I think this person's newer to Discord, so they've probably been building like this before they came. But I want people new. Guys, if you're new to my channel, you're just stumbling upon my channel because you're just surfing on YouTube, still join my Discord and share your work over there if you can build. Because it just shows that I'm not the only one that is preaching this type of stuff, that I'm saying that this is what works. Because this is exactly what works. And even though I hate incentive money, this is what's going to get you in that incentive money. Is when you learn the fundamentals of building a pallet, it allows you to move a lot more fluid and with ease through the warehouse. And I really appreciate this person for posting. Beautiful. This is probably one of the best pallets I've seen in a long time. All right, that brings me on to my second one here. What do I say all the time with these orange totes right here? Same way every time. Now, he posted multiple pictures over there. This is Cool Wolf, and he puts his totes in the same place. This is part of your system, guys. And bro Andy, when I interviewed him, he's like, can you still, start pointing out when people have a system? And Cool Wolf purposely pointed these, and I should have put the other one on here, but I didn't. But look, totes same place every time. You do not want to stack on multiple totes because of the way the tops sit. You're not going to get something to sit level on top of it. So you column stack the totes and you're going to get a lot better results. Now, all in here, I don't like this. All right, so this is what I'm going right with everything else I say, guys. If you go to a store, the top of the lid's cracked, you're not buying it. If you go to the store, even though there's lightweight in here, if you go to a store and the cuties are flat on one side, you're either thinking something smashed this, or they're deflated. It's like they're dried up inside, so they're starting to deflate, so you're not going to buy that bag. So even though we don't have a ton of weight on this, it's still enough to flatten out some of those sides of the cuties, so you're defecting the product. These two Fresh Expresses fit perfectly on top. They might dip in a little bit, but it's enough to not allow you to smash anything. So these two Fresh Expresses is anytime I have one open box like this, I'm going, because these are at the end of our 43 out in the produce building, and these are in our 44 out. I immediately take two of these and stick it on top of the cutie. So keep that in mind the next time you're throwing this stuff. Two going like this, you might get a slight dip in, but it's enough. Now this back here, I don't mind as much. It all depends on what the product is. If you have open pears, apples, and you're throwing light boxes in, obviously it's not going to smash those. These look like those corns. They look like the corns in the packaging. If that's what they are, you can get away with stacking stuff in there. The mushrooms, it looks like we're not dipping in the mushrooms, so it's nothing to worry about too much. This here, I tell you guys, when you get these salads, these pop open so easy. So if you're towards the top, cool. If you're down here, do not put it on its side, put it upright, because if you put too much weight on it, this is going to pop open and you have a chance of losing the product inside. Other than the few things that I put, honestly, just this, because this isn't that big of a deal. Other than this pallet is perfectly stacked. Have a system and stick with it. All right, this next pallet, now this person I believe is newer to Discord, but guys, there's people that have been on my Discord for a while and they still do this stuff. They still do this. And I'm like, that's why this is called pay attention. Pay more attention to what I am talking about when and ask more questions. If you're not understanding something when I'm talking, because sometimes I tend to talk fast, ask, leave a comment, Discord, leave a message over on Discord. But what you're doing with this, every case that's facing in, you're putting so much pressure here because there's nothing for it to lean on over here. So these cases are going to bend. They're going to, I don't think the product's going to get damaged inside, but you have a chance of dropping this pallet. This is a really bad habit to get into. When you're stacking meat, column stack them just like you did over here. Just keep columns, stack this, and if you have more, column stack it on the row behind it. I would much rather see you column stack this and do this, because all this gap stuff, we're getting bigger cases. We have nothing to stick in here. And this is a very bad habit to get into. Please stop doing this and column stack them. All right, this right here, it's not a bad pallet, but when I look at this, I see someone that is throwing extremely fast through the warehouse. Now, guys, this stuff is all Taylor Farm, so this is all your carrots, your broccolis, your snap peas, your lettuces, and all that stuff, It's all your types of different vegetables, so it's all light stuff that you can definitely column stack this stuff. But I still want you to stick to the fundamentals. Perimeter of the pallet. All right, so even though you're getting all the same product and you're throwing 5 products from, you're taking 5 out of one slot, just don't turn around and just toss it on the pallet. Still place the stuff. Still give a little thought behind it, because this corner could fall over. So when you're moving fast throughout the warehouse, if this is a back corner, you have a really good chance of tipping this over because we're not utilizing the whole board. So you still need to utilize the whole board. This right here, this is what I'm talking about. Still place the cases. Don't throw them on. This case is going to get crushed as soon as it goes on the, guys, perimeter of the board. If it's hanging out like this, it's too far. Scoot it back in. And if there's a case on the inside that's not allowing you to scoot this in, then move it. Put it somewhere else. It doesn't need to be there. These mushrooms are going to get crushed. I'm going to go right back to the cuties, to the upside down juices I talk about all the time. Guys, the mushrooms, you put weight on them, what do? They smash, the little black plastic styrofoam thing cracks. You're not buying it. They're throwing this all away. I guarantee that this case is going to get thrown away once it gets to the store, because there's a lot of weight on that case. And this case is not sitting on the outside of that box. It's sitting on the inside of that box. So by the time that mushroom gets to the store, it's going to get crushed. What do I want you to do with this mushroom if it comes early in your order? If you have a 1 pallet order, throw it on your forks on the back. If you have a double pallet jack, throw it on the forks. If you have 2 pallets and you're, don't have room, put it on your jack. And if you don't have room on your jack, throw it a couple times. Usually it's only 2 times. I'm going to throw it to the highest point on my pallet, and then I'm going to take it again and throw it up again. If it comes this early, the warehouse needs to move it. If it's not mushrooms, let me know, but it sure the heck looks like a mushroom box to me. But if you guys have mushrooms early, don't. And the only box that should be on top of it is a box that's a little bit bigger than the mushrooms, so you're not going to smash the contents. I don't know why you have a bag up here. I don't know what these cases are up here, but maybe they require a bag. If that's what they require, then so be it. But other than that, please watch the mushrooms and utilize your whole board. All right, I am so glad this person posted this once. Let's go right to this. Get this, guys. If it don't fit, don't force it. This case is hanging off like 8 inches. I'm going to get absolutely destroyed when it goes on the truck. I am so glad you posted this because of the salary. I tell you guys in multiple videos, I actually just said this a week or 2 ago, that I put my salaries in a 6 block flat. I do not put them in the 8 block that they come in standing upright. I believe that these salary sticks have more of a chance of getting damaged this direction because they're upright in there than they would laying flat. I've been laying mine flat for 25 and a half years. Don't do this. I telling you, unless your warehouse for some stupid reason is preaching this, but I will lay these flat because look at them buckling. They're buckling like crazy because we have a lot of weight on them and it's just not good for it. 6 block them. If you get 4, okay, so this said this was the first thing we threw, and this is the front of your pallet. If you get 4, 2 and 2, column stack them, 2 and 2 right here. That's going to leave all this open room for all these mandarins that you have, these oranges. I would have column stacked these as well. Don't layer these out. You don't want to stack on open boxes if you don't have to. So even if I had, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, let's say 12, 14, let's say you had 15 of them. Let's say there's some on the other side as well. I will column stack 5, 5, and 5. So if I would do, all right, so 2 celery sticks, and on the other side, I'm going to have 5, 5, and possibly 5 right on top of the celery sticks that I have laying flat. So I'm going to column stack these and leave this wood open for these boxes that you got. If you column stack these cases, you're going to get a heck of a lot better result on the pallet and stacking these flat. All right, guys, so now that brings me on to another topic, and that is what new employees are missing out on whenever they're in their probation week. So I want to get right into this. So the first thing is that you're learning. So you should not be chasing those incentives. This is what this is stuff that it's just adding on to my last video. So you're learning to build. You're learning the layout of the warehouse. You're learning to listen to the headset. You're learning the equipment. All right. The last thing you need to do is worry about freaking chasing incentive pay. All right. So you need to focus on this. So if you are a warehouse boss and you're watching my video, do not pay incentives during your probation weeks. I don't care if it's 12 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it is. Stop paying incentives and incentivize them to do a better job. Incentivize them to build better. Incentivize them to learn the layout of the warehouse. Incentivize them to learn how to listen to the headset and learn all the stuff that I talk about. The cube, where you start, where you stop, how many cases or how many pick locations. Give them the incentive to learn before you start telling them to go fast. Incentivize them even on week 6. All right, now I'm getting better at the jack. They're not going to get better at any of this if you incentivize them to move faster too early. And then over time, you guys are missing out on free money, basically. All right, so inquire about fatigue time. Now, it used to be 10 hours at our building. They changed it to 12 hours. And what fatigue time is after so many hours of being in the warehouse, basically your standards don't count anymore. I mean, you have to throw reasonable, but they can't hold you liable. So I don't know if you guys have fatigue time in your building. Please let me know in the comment section below if you have fatigue time. So after 10 hours, maybe it dips down to an 80% you have to be at, you know. So what I'm saying is that you guys are missing out on very easy money. All right, it's basically free. So utilize that. That's all I'm saying is utilize that time. So I got to be at a 50% my first week. Okay, at our building, you're not allowed to stay your first week, your training week. So my first week off of training, I got to be at a 55%, 52%. And they ask me, do you want to volunteer for overtime? No, I'll go home. Stay. Because you're basically, you don't even have to make your times. They're not going to hold you accountable to your standard. You're basically making free overtime money. So do that during the probation weeks. And the don't be stupid is this up here. Don't be stupid. If you're building and, implements an incentive in the training weeks, don't be stupid. Don't be one of those people. I'm telling you right now, wait patiently, because the amount of little money you're going to make trying to run through the warehouse during your probation weeks, you're going to dominate that once you're out of your probation weeks and you know how to do all this better. All right, guys, and that brings me on to my last 2 pictures I'm going to show, and this just irritates me. So this is at my warehouse. This was at the beginning of my shift. I'm the mislift that goes and has to fix all the stupid product that you guys throw into the rack so quickly because you're so busy on your incentive money. This case was hanging off like this. All what I did was put my forks in there, touch this case, and it fell. Guys, and I know the person's seen this. I don't know how it happened. They probably hit maybe it was already sticking out, and they put it in and they hit this. There is no freaking doubt in my mind the high lift operator that put that up there knew that case was sticking out like that. But hey, I'm on the 3rd level. I'm not bringing that down. I got incentives to chase. So they hurried up and went back and started doing their work and just left that there for someone to get killed. This is a case of paper towels, guys. 3 levels up. If that falls and hits someone in the head that's not paying attention. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. And you guys can hate me all you want. This person No, nothing. No write up, no, hey, you know, you're an idiot for doing this, no, told nothing. And all you got to do is pull that LPN off and find out who did the move. No, they call me, hey, can you fix that so we could take care of that, you know, so it doesn't hurt anybody? That is what I'm talking about in our warehouse. They don't fucking care about safety. And this also leads to incentives. Now, this is our cross out, and this is me. I'm stacking wood. This is what I tell you guys that I do in the warehouse. I'm collecting all the wood, trying to make this cross out nice and clean. And I bust my ass in this cross out because this could be a very dangerous place, especially if you get a lot of wood there. But this is where our lifts bring out our wood, so it's not in the owls. And I try to keep this cross out as clean as possible. I got to clean this. I got to clean the back dock. I got to clean the back wall. I got to make sure that the wood is, you know, out of there so we're not creating a safety issue. I cannot tell you how many times in the last few weeks I've been seeing this. This is replens being freaking lazy and taking their product and sticking it in the owl. So these are the cases that they're supposed to throw onto their pallet, the replen, and they're sticking it in the owl to steal time, basically. It's stealing time. Supervisors will walk right past this. It doesn't take and I'm the dumb one, but I see this for a split second, and I know exactly what this is. It's a person that skipped out on their freaking replen, and they stuck the product here. I take it, stick it on the back wall, because supervisors would just walk right past this. They don't give a crap. Once it, just like the case hanging up in the rack, they don't care. They don't care. They don't manage, so the people on the floor don't give a shit. All right, guys, there's going to be a lot of rants coming. All right, I'm just like so fed up with this shit. So, hey, I'm a warehouse channel, okay? I just been doing this for way too long, all right? And I just seen way too much. I've seen how it used to be, and I see how it is now. And you guys confirm that this is happening in a lot of places just by your pictures on Discord. Because when you post a picture on Discord, man, am I focusing all around there. You know, I am not just looking at the pallet that you're posting. I am so curious what's going on the dock, what's going on behind your pallet, because it says a lot just from that picture. And I just, you know, I'm still here to help you guys, but you know, I do tell you that selection's short-lived. So I'm still here to help you guys make as much money as you can and get out and get a better job. But that's it. That's all I got to say for today. I'll see you guys on Discord Friday. Have a great day.